All right, guys, we are on Restart. This is a book club reading for the book Restart by Korman. Today I will be reading, I believe it's chapter 9. Yep, and the narrator for this chapter is going to be Chase Ambrose, same narrator as last chapter. In the last chapter, we had Chase filming the football game, and he wasn't playing, and he was there with his dad and his half-sister. And we kind of got to watch Chase record his sister playing with her dolls, and we also got to see him interact with his dad. One of the things that I noticed a lot in the last chapter is his dad is a very masculine kind of guy. He really likes tough guys. He wants Chase to be back on the field. He doesn't understand why he's recording instead of being athletic. And Chase is, in this chapter, it seemed like he was kind of warming up to that, and he actually wanted to be back on the field. And as a reminder, he also started to remember some of the instincts that you have when you play sports. So if any of you play sports, when you do it long enough, it starts to become what's called a muscle memory instead of an active memory. So an active memory would be something like 2 + 2 is 4. You know that right away and you remember it, it's active in your brain. Muscle memory happens when you play sports and your muscles do something over and over and over again so many times that you could do it in your sleep, for example. They say this when riding a bike. Once you learn how to ride a bike, you always know how to ride a bike. That is true, but I haven't rode a bike in I don't know how long, and I guarantee if I got on one today, I would look pretty silly, but I'd still be able to do it. So Chase is kind of experiencing some of his memories being triggered in a way, and he actually remembers a memory with Helene. The memory he has with Helene is not a good one, though. It's when he rips her teddy bear in half. Actually, I think he takes the head off, which is a little bit more violent. And Chase, basically at the moment he realizes that, he feels kind of bad. And then by the end of the chapter, from talking with his dad and feeling a lot more masculine and like he's a really good player and kind of getting some of his confidence back, he doesn't really care that much about how Helene might have felt, and he also is like, she probably doesn't remember anyway. So we're still seeing Chase kind of wrestle with what kind of brother he's going to be, what kind of person he's going to be at school, and what kind of son he's going to be to his dad and to his mom. So hopefully this chapter is going to give us a little bit more information. This is a long chapter, so I'm going to break the video up. I don't know how many parts I'll do it in. I'm going to try to read it kind of fast because I can't upload more than 12 minutes at a time. So this might end up being 3 videos, but I'm going to try to get it into 2, okay? So for those of you that are going to be reading along with me, the chapter starts on page 68, and then I'm going to pause hopefully on page 74. If I have to stop before that, I'll let you know what page I stop on, okay? Let's go ahead and dive into it. Chapter 9, Chase Ambrose. After the scrimmage, I head down to the locker room to get some player interviews. I arrive just in time to see Aaron slamming the heavy metal door in Hugo's face. He staggers backwards straight into me and lets out a whoop of shock. "Take it easy, Hugo," I tell him. "It's just me." "Hi, Chase," he manages, his voice faltering. "I'm trying to shoot some footage of the team." He hefts his own flip cam. "I thought Mr. Leo put me on that," I tell him. "Oh, sure, totally," he says quickly. "We're just afraid, you might forget." "What do you mean forget?" I ask, a little annoyed. He retreats back a step, blushing and looking plenty worried. No offense," he stammers. Before I can reply, the door opens and there's Bear. "I told you it was his voice," he shouts, and he hauls me inside, shutting Hugo out again. "Hugo's with me," I protest. "Ha! Good one," Bear laughs. "Seriously, we're covering the hurricanes for the video yearbook." So Hugo gets in with me. He's grateful, but it doesn't make him very happy. He acts like he's tiptoeing around a minefield. I get some high fives, but the team's not in the best spirits. After all, they just got steamrolled. And when it sinks in that I'm there as a reporter and not to give them the good news that I've been cleared to play, they can't hide their disappointment. "Well, I can't see anything wrong with you," Joey complains. "You're not even in the sling anymore." I get it. Joey laid an egg at quarterback today. A good running game would take a lot of pressure off him. It's the concussion, I try to explain. The doctor wants me to be really careful. Landon Rubio, the kid with the giant neck I saw on the first day, glances dubiously from Hugo to me. So you have to miss a few games, but what gives it with him? Hugo attempts to point his camera and is beaten back by a hail of dirty sweat socks. I bristle. The video yearbook is doing a segment on every sports team, including golf and badminton. So when you're not in it, don't come crying to us. Yearbook, Joey echoes. Bad enough you're off the team. Now you're on yearbook staff? He asks. Video yearbook, Hugo corrects. A snapping towel nearly takes his ear off. Oops. Guys, chill out. Aaron steps between the other players and Hugo and me. It isn't our boy's fault the doctor is a wuss. Cut him some slack. That doesn't explain why he's running around with the video losers, Landon challenges. He's not running around with anybody, Aaron explains reasonably. He's covering the Hurricanes, man, making sure we look good in that yearbook thing. That's how he's helping the team while he's on the sidelines. Yeah, Rubio, snorts Bear. If I had a face like yours, I'd appreciate anyone who could make me look good, so shut up. Dang, that's harsh. Okay. I jump in as peacemaker. Believe me, guys, I'll be back as soon as I get the word from my doctor, I say. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to blow my nose. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Brief break. That's what my wall looks like. Super not interesting. Harry Potter, though, gotta represent. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oh, where was I? Okay, I think we're in the middle of page 70, and I think I'm on 4 paragraphs down where it says I jump in as peacemaker. Sorry if I'm repeating a little bit. I jump in as peacemaker. Believe me, guys, I'll be back as soon as I get the word from my doctor. This makes the team happy, I can tell. Hugo shoots me a strange look, but how can I expect him to understand? He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who plays sports, except maybe in video games. Joey chucks a ball my way. I watch, almost as a spectator, as my hands reach out and snatch it from the air. Reaction time, A-OK. That's that muscle memory I was talking to you about. So he might not remember anything, but that muscle memory of just naturally reaching up and catching the ball, that's an instinct if you end up playing sports that you're probably going to have, especially those of you that want to play football. It feels good, like I'm back to an old self-amnesia that couldn't quite rob me of. Hold on, I think I messed that up. It feels good, like I'm back to an old self that amnesia couldn't quite rob me of. Sorry about that. We do a few interviews. The guys are chatty with me, hemming it up for the camera like I'm running a selfie service. Hugo gets mostly one-word answers. When I notice, he mumbles that we can fix it in editing. I don't see how any amount of editing can fix. Question, what are your thoughts for the upcoming season? Answer, good. Then again, I'm just the newbie nobody even trusts to show up for my first video club assignment. When we're done, Hugo can't get out of there fast enough. This is hostile territory for him. But me, I feel like I'm at home. Well, I'd love to talk your ear off about my road to NFL glory, Aaron drawls out, but Bear and I have to go water some old people. Wait, I'm going with you, I tell them. Ooh, this is getting interesting. They stare at me like I've just announced that I'm flying to Jupiter. Dude, you don't have to go, Aaron reminds me. They cut you loose because you got hurt, he said. It'll be fun. That falls flat, so I try again. We're teammates, right? You go, I go. Bear's eyes narrow. Exactly how much do you remember about the Graybeard Motel? He asked. Nothing, I reply honestly. He grins. If you want to go there when you don't have to, you didn't just scramble your brains. You knocked them out completely, he said. Come on, how bad can it be? I'm semi-joking, but those two are so stone-faced that I'm starting to wonder, yikes, what is this place, Frankenstein's lab? Your call, Aaron says. It'll be good to have you back with us, even if you're nuts, he said. All right, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm actually right at the line break on page 71, just because we're right at 10 minutes. So I might as well just start a new video, right?